Good morning, friends. Today I am going to take this session on the directive principles of state policy. Guys, this is the last session on the directive principles of state policy. We have done with the article still 42 in the directive principles, guys. Okay, so the directive principles of the state policy starts from the articles 36 DPSP, directive principles of state policy. The article starts from the guys, it starts from the 36 and ends in 51, guys. Okay, so this comes under part 4 of our constitution. Okay, this comes under part 4 of constitution, and the articles from 36 to 51 deals with the DPSP. Okay, so in this aspect we have done with the articles till 42. Okay, so till 42 we have done. Now I am going to take the article number 43. Article 43. So Article 43 says that it is the living wages for the workers. Okay, living wages, etc. for workers. Okay, and after that it says a decent standard of living. Decent standard of living and the cottage industries. Cottage industries. Okay, guys, I am going to take this in detail, guys. Okay, Article 43 says that the state shall endure. State shall endure, guys. Okay, it says like that. State shall endure. ENDEAVOUR. Okay, state shall endure to secure. Okay, state shall endeavor to secure the living wages etc. for the workers and their decent standard of living and to promote, okay, and to promote the cottage industries and to promote the so that is state shall endeavor to promote. State shall endeavor to promote cottage industries. So what this article speaks about? Article 43 says that state shall endure. What do we mean endure, guys? Endure means try hard. Try hard to do something or to achieve something. Okay. So try hard to do or achieve something is endeavor. So state shall try hard to secure to whom? To secure the living wages etc. for the workers. Okay, guys, the workers are work for the decent salaries, guys. Okay, so if you are getting the decent salaries, we are not getting the decent salaries. So but the state should take care regarding their salaries. So not only salaries, regarding their financial support, we have the PS and all those things, guys. Okay, that is their living wages. Okay, living wages means the amount required for their existence to live, at least the basic, that is to have the food, clothing and shelter, to have those facilities, those wages should be considered for them, guys. Okay, etc. for the workers. Okay, this deals with those provisions, and after that we have decent standard of living. Guys, we are the human beings. Okay, we need some rest. Okay, so from morning to till night we can't go for the work, guys. Okay, so we have some decent standard of living. So they can work from some period of time and they should have they live for some period of time. That's why we are having the festivals like Dasara, Diwali and all those things, such that they can relax at those times. And after that we are having the state shall endeavor to promote cottage industry such that the person, so the people can work at their location itself. So for the employment they are moving to some other places, but the conditions that are prevailing over their place or maybe suitable for them or not. Okay, so if we promote the cottage industries, then we can get employment there itself within our local areas. So all these provisions will deal with this article number 43, that is the state shall endure. So guys, in the coming articles we are going to take this statement as a common. Okay, state shall endeavor to secure, or we can say that it is the duty of the state. It is the duty of the state Okay, for living wages for workers, decent standard of living, and the cotton industries to be developed in this. Okay, that is endeavor means try hard to achieve or to success. Okay, try hard to do or achieve something. This is endeavor, guys. Okay, so I will move to the next article, article number 44. Sorry. Guys, we are having article 43A. So article 43A we are having. So article 43 also related to the article 43 only. So if you take article 43A, article 43A says that participation of workers in management of industries. Okay, participation of workers in management of industries. Okay, so we have the trade unions on many organizations. Okay, so such that their work can be taken in the factories or in the industries. So participation of the workers in the management and the industries. So the workers can participate in the management and the industrial activities. So they can carry out the works related to the managements and the industries. So we have many organizations, like example trade unions, for the taking the measures of those things. Okay, so in this manner, guys, we are having the participation of workers in the management and the industry. This is about the 43A. 43A, guys. Okay, so this is about the in connection with the article 43. So next I will move to the article 44, which is very important article. I am going to deal this in detail, guys. Okay, so guys, if you see article 44, it says that uniform civil code. Uniform civil code. Uniform civil code for citizens. Okay, uniform civil code for citizens. It says that uniform civil code. Guys, if you see this article are trying to implement, but still it is not in the implementation. We should have the uniform civil code, because we are having the different laws for different categories. For example, in the religious we have the Muslims laws, we have the Hindus laws, Jain laws, and Christians laws. Okay, we have the Muslim Marriage Act, we have the Hindu Marriage Act, and different acts. That is the Muslim Marriage Act, we call it as the Sharia Act. Okay, so different things are having different. So on what criteria we can judge whether we go for the religious act, or we can go for the criminal procedure code. So if you take the example, so we have a case this, that is Shan Bano case. Okay, Shan Bano case in the year 1986. So in this, the Muslim law says, if any divorce has happened, then the male person, then the male person should not give any financial to the women, guys. But if you see the section 125 of CRCP, if you see section 125 of CRCP, it is against the law, guys. Okay, it is against the Muslim law. So if we go through this, we have different cases, guys. We have different cases. That's why we are unable to implement this law in evergreen. Okay, and not only in these aspects, we are having. So for this, we made the triple talaq bill. Okay, so triple talaq bill we made. So finally in this case, what happened? That is in the Rajiv Gandhi said. Okay, so during the Rajiv Gandhi government, the Supreme Court said, so they are not going to provide the financial support for entire life. Okay, after divorce, the male person is going to provide the financial support for some period of time. Some period of time, they are going to provide the financial support, and after that, it is the responsibility of them to take care of themselves. Okay, guys. So Supreme Court said like that, but this is not satisfied by everyone, guys. Why? Because the Hindus says that it is against the CRCP. If they provide for a certain period of time, then they will. What about the after that? So we have some issues, and the Muslims are not also satisfied, because so who are them they are going to decide? So who are they going to decide about our provisions, about our laws? So in this manner we have the issues like this, guys. So in recently we have the triple talaq bill. We have triple talaq, that is the protection of the Muslim woman. Okay, the protection of the rights of the Muslim women. Okay, this I am going to take in separate session, guys. We have taken, so these are the provisions who say talaq, talaq, talaq. Okay, and it is very very important. This is in the news, guys. Okay, triple talaq. So this many cases we are having about uniform civil code for the citizens. Okay, so not only in this, this is an example that I said, sir. So many issues we want to have uniform in the civil code for citizens. Okay, guys, this is about the article 44, very very important. Until now we have not implemented this article, guys. Okay, so after the article 44 we have the article 45. Guys, these articles are very very important, very very important. Okay, so as I said that DPSP can be studied with the laws. Okay, so if you want to study DPSP, you should know the fundamental rights also. So then only we have connections, guys. Sorry. So we have connections with the DPSPs and the laws and the fundamental rights. All should be known. So if you see article 45, article 45 says that, so this having the three provisions. Article 45 says that free and compulsory education, free and compulsory education, okay, free and compulsory education at primary level. At primary level we should have the free and compulsory education. Okay, that is within 10 years from commencement of constitution. From commencement of constitution. Okay, so within 10 years from the commencement of the constitution up to 14 years of age. 14 years of age. So these are the provisions that are having in the article 45. So it is the state, it is the duty of the state. So state should provide free and compulsory education to at primary level and as primary level. So within the 10 years from the commencement of the constitution up to 14 years of age. Guys, if you see, this is very important. Guys, in every system, in every country or anything, we should have two importance, that is health and education, guys. Okay, health and education, very very important. Without health and education, the system can be very difficult to survive. We give much importance to the health and education. These articles deals with the education, correct? Okay, free and compulsory education at the primary level within 10 years from the commencement of the question up to 14 years of age. As it said that 10 years from the commencement of the question, it implies that we have urgency. Okay, we have urgency, because if we provide them with the education right now, they are going to become the resources in the future, guys. They are going to become doctors, lawyers and experts, that is executives. Okay, so it is in emergency, guys. It is in urgency, and up to 14 years of age. Up to 14 years of age, that is free and compulsory education in primary level. This is having in article 45, guys. And if you see 86th constitutional amendment at 2002, 86th constitutional amendment at 2002, we have included an article, that is 21A. We have included an article 21A. Guys, if you see article 45 and 21A, article 21 is the fundamental right. Article 21 is the fundamental right, whereas 45 is the DPSP. So we have given this 21A as in such a provision. The 21, guys, we are having the 21. Even though we are having 21, we have made a special article, that is 21A for that is for the education purposes. For the education purposes, because the 21A is to choose. Article 21 says that it is the choice and dignity. It is the choice and dignity to have educated for that student. Okay, so we have the choice and dignity. That's why we have made special article on 21A, guys. Okay, and before, and so this 86 Constitutional Amendment 2002 we are having that one. And guys, we have RTE, Right to Education Act 2009. We have RTE 2009. So we have this many of provisions. Not only in this, we are having, so this through the 86th Constitutional Amendment 2020 we are having the fundamental duty. We have added the fundamental duty. So guys, we have this many of provisions regarding education. This much of importance we are giving to education. If you see, we have DPSP, fundamental duty, and we have fundamental right, and we have acts. And right now we are having that the recently National Education Policy 2020. Okay, National Education Policy 2020, guys. See, made this many of provisions we are having regarding education, guys. Okay, so education becomes asset, guys. Education becomes asset. Okay, guys. Then that is about Article 45, guys. Okay, so after the Article 45, I move to the Article 46. Okay, Article 46 says that it is the promotion of the scheduled caste and the scheduled tribe and the other weaker sections, guys. Okay, it says that promotion of the scheduled caste and scheduled tribe. So Article 46, it says that promotion of educational and economic, promotion of educational and economic conditions or economic conditions of SC, ST and other weaker sections Okay, this provision we are having in the Article 46. So along with that and okay, and we have this social justice. Okay, and we have social justice. Okay, social justice and prevent from what we can say, and prevent from the exploitation. Okay, so guys, this is a provision that we are having in Article 46. Promotion of education and economic conditions of the SC, ST and other weaker sections, and have social justice and prevent from the exploitation of this. Guys, if you see, we have given much importance to the SCs and the other weaker sections, because they are the backward people, because they are the backward sections of the society. This we are taken as a section, guys, not individuals. This deals with the section. Guys, here other weaker sections. Other weaker sections is, who are the weaker sections? The weaker sections, if you see the article, so if you see the same article in the fundamental rights, it says that the promotion of the SCs, STs and other backward classes. Okay, this is not the individual article, this is the state, and it says the sections, classes. Okay guys, so to protect everyone. So with regarding this, we have the promotion of the education and economic conditions of SCs, STs and other backward classes, having this social justice and prevent from the exploitation, guys. Okay, regarding this, we are having the issue, guys, that is in the Champagam and the Dorai Ranjan case. In the Champagam and the Dorai Ranjan case, we have the issue with that is Article 15 says that there is no discrimination on the grounds of religion, race, caste or sex. But 46 it is giving the religion. But that is the Champagaram and the Dorai Ranjan case, that Gaul has denied admission of the MBBS in the Madras University, guys. That's why this is an issue in the current affair. So on that time, the first constitutional amendment has been made in the year 1951 and added 15(4), guys. It says that we should give promotion for the reservation of the SC, ST and the other backward classes. So in 1951, we had added 15 clause 4, guys. Okay, that is the first constitutional amendment act. First constitutional amendment in the year 1954. Okay, so not only that one, we have many acts also. That is the SCs and STs Atrocities Act. Okay, we have SC and ST Atrocities Act. Atrocities Act. So many acts are there for the promotion of for the protect of these people, guys. That is ST and we have the articles, acts and many things. Okay, so these are the issues with respect to Article 46. Article 46, guys. Okay, clear, guys. I will move to the Article 47. Article 47 also very important. It is the duty of the state, guys. Okay, this deals with the duty of the state to raise the level of nutrition and the level of standards and how the public health. Okay, this also deals with Article 47. First one. Okay, it is the duty of the state to raise level of nutrition, to raise the level of nutrition, guys, and how public standards and how the public health, and after that we have unstandard this standard of living and promote public health. So these are the provisions which are having in the Article 47. It is the duty of the state. It is the duty of the state. Duty of the state to raise the level of nutrition and the standard of living of the people and promote public health. Okay, along with this they have the few provisions also, guys. That is to avoid, to prohibit intoxicating drugs and drinks causes ill to health. Okay, guys, if you see, it is the duty of the state to raise the level of nutrition and standard of living and promote public health and prohibit along with the good things. It is saying that not to do the bad things. Not to do bad. Okay, and prohibit intoxicating drugs and the drinks which are going to cause ill to the health, guys. Okay, but these are exempted from the medicinal use. These are exempted from the medicinal use, except for the medicinal purposes. Okay, that's why the state government can bring a law on the ban of the alcohol and all those things, guys. Okay, so the state also taking the measures for our health conditions, guys. See, so state are going to leave the nutrients. So through the midday meals case, through the Anganwadi centers, they are providing the nutrients and they are giving the standard of living and promoting the public health. We have the PHCs, public health centers. Okay, all those things they are mentioned in the constitution. That's what the state is implementing. Okay, and we are prohibiting intoxicating drugs. Okay, but there is a case with the marijuana, guys. With the marijuana, so this is having the usefulness and the effects. Okay, the usefulness is that this can be used as the medicinal purposes for preparing the few medicines, but it has been misusing, guys. Okay, so this is the issue with respect to this marijuana, guys. That is about 47 which are going to deal with public health. Okay, so I will take Article 48. If you take Article 48, okay, Article 48. Okay, guys, I am going to take Article 48. Article 40 says it is to promote agriculture and animal husbandry, guys. Okay, that is agriculture agriculture and animal husbandry. Animal husbandry. Okay, so to promote the agriculture and animal husbandry and improve breeding and improve the building and the cows of milk. Okay, the cows which give the milk, that is the one which are in the reproductive stage. Okay, so these are the issues that are mentioned in Article 48, that is to increase the agriculture and the animal husbandry and improve the breeding of those stocks and protect, okay, or protect or increase or promote, we can say, or promote the cows of the milk or the drought category. Okay, so these are provisions have been mentioned in the constitution, guys, that is through agriculture, development of the agriculture and the animal husbandry, guys. Okay, now this is an issue with the few things, guys, as I said that it is the cow. So guys, few people, that is the Hindus, will treat the cows as a sacred, but we have the articles from 25 to 28 regarding the religion, guys. Okay, freedom of religion, right to freedom of religion, but the makers of the constitution has kept the cow in the Article 48, that is they have considered the cow as the economical purposes. They have considered the cow as the economical purposes because it is sacred, but than sacred it is having more importance in the economical purposes. But there is a case with the Muhammad Arif Qureshi in the year in some year, guys. So on that time Supreme Court has said that so whatever the cows that are at the milk, means those are the productive conditions, those are the goods which are going to give the milk and all those economic benefits, then those cows are only cannot be slaughtered, guys. And said it is prevention of slaughtering. Okay, so in that case it says that those which are of the economical purposes, we can't go for the slaughtering of those cows, and for the remaining cows it is up to them, guys. But the Supreme Court in another case, that is in the Mirzapur Arif Qureshi case, so the Mirzapur Arif Qureshi case, its Supreme Court says that no, we should not go for slaughtering of any cow, because the cow which are in the milk condition, which will give the milk, along with that those which are not give also some economical importance, like the cow dung we are going to use in the many purposes, guys. We have very importance of the cow dung and the cow urine also for many medicinal purposes. That's why we are going to make it as an important one, guys. Okay, so the Supreme Court in the second judgment, that is the Mirzapur Atif Qureshi case, it says that no cow should be slaughtered. Prohibition, the prevention of the slaughtering of the cows. Slaughtering of cows should be done. So guys, the Supreme Court has given that much of importance to the cows. Okay, this is about the Article 48, guys, and we have cases related to that. And after that we are having the 48A. So 48A deals with the protection and improvement of the agriculture and safeguarding of the wildlife and the forestry. Okay, if I take Article 48A, 48A says that Article 48 says that it is about the protection and improvement of forest, okay, and safeguarding forest and wildlife. Protection and improvement of environment. Okay, Article 48A have been added, guys. It has been added through 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act. Okay, it has been added through 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act. The previous article deals with the agriculture and the animal husbandry, but we are not having the provisions regarding the environment and the forest and the wildlife. So we have included the Article 48A and said that protection and improvement of environment and safeguarding forest and the wildlife. So how we are going to do this? Okay, guys, we have this provision regarding the environment and the safeguard in the fundamental duty also. In the fundamental duty also we are having this provision. So we have the National Green Tribunal, the Wildlife Protection Act 1972, the Environment Protection Act 1986. So we have many laws which are going to implement this provisions, guys. Okay, this deals with Article 48, that is the protection and improvement of the environment and safeguarding of the forest and the wildlife, guys. Okay, and after that I am going to take Article 49, guys. Okay, we are left with 3 articles, guys. That is Article 49, 50 and the 51, guys. Okay. So Article 49, if you take, okay guys, so if I take Article 49, Article 49 says that it is the protection of, it is the protection, means it is the duty of the state to protect of the monuments. Okay guys, so whatever the monuments we are having, they are going to protect, and we have places of the importance. Okay, so the monuments or any places of the importance and any other importance locations, okay, which are having the national importance, okay, so they are going to protect all those things, the protection of the monuments, places and other important national locations which are having the national importance. And along with that we are going to see its disposals, guys, its disposals, exports, cleanliness. Okay, along the cleanliness, so we are giving much importance to the monuments, guys. So these monuments may differ, that is ancient monuments or any very vast, that is any many years old back monuments, all those things. The monuments or places are either any important locations which are having the national importance, and we need to see its disposal, cleanliness. Okay, so if there is any issue to solve, there is the Taj Mahal have been issued with the climate conditions, guys. Okay, all those things we are going to consider in this Article 49, guys. It deals with about the monuments. Okay, guys, clear about the monuments, is importance and its protection of the monuments in Article 49. And Article 50 deals with the separation of the judiciary from the executive. Guys, before 1973 we used to have the same administration with the district magistrate. Okay, that is Article 50 in the previous. So before the district magistrate, so the district magistrate having the judiciary and the executive before 1973. But how and the district magistrate will go for the executive and the judiciary. So guys, we have made that these have been separated. Okay, we can say that is separation of judiciary from executive, guys. Okay, Article 50 is the separation of judiciary from executive. If you see, guys, in current affairs, that is NJAC, National Judicial Appointment Commission. The appointment commission consists of the judiciary members and the executive members, which is the same manner. That is the district administrator are having the judiciary and the executive. So the Supreme Court have been struck down this NJAC, the National Judicial Appointment Commission, and said that it is against the constitution, guys. Okay, so these are the provisions, that is Article 50 deals with the separation of the judiciary from the executive. Okay, now after that I am having the last article for today's discussion, guys, and with this we complete the DPSP, Directive Principles of the State Policy. The article is about the Article 51, that is last article. So this says that the promotion of international peace and security, promotion of international peace and security. So we should promote the international peace and security. So we should not go for the wars and any aggression violations, all those things. So we should promote the international means our nation with the other nations, is international peace and security. Okay, and after that it says that we should give respect, or we should harmonize the laws. We should harmonize or honor the laws. Okay, so we should give respect to the policies, treaties, or any laws of international importance. We should respect to the policies, treaties, or any laws of the international respect. And if there is any dispute between the nations, we should go for resolving them with settlements, with the things of arbitration. Okay, so with the arbitration you can go for this. So this is in current affairs, because the POK issue we are going to resolve with the Pakistan, but in current affairs it is said that the Trump is going to mediate between us. But this is issues, guys, but it is not the case, but it is unofficially it said that it is Trump is going to mediate. But as our country, so the statement that has been released from our countries is that we have not asked the PM, or we have not asked the Trump to go for the mediation, but we are going to settle this dispute with the Pakistan itself. Okay, that is the any disputes should be resolved within ourselves. Okay, with the arbitration. These are the provisions regarding Article 51, guys. With this we have done with DPSP. The main concepts of the DPSP, if we come across, they are not justiciable. We want the justice. We want the justice in every aspect. In our these are the paramount. These are the very important for our governance, guys. See, if this many things we are having, guys. Okay, so state are taking every steps for our development, for our goodness. Okay, so we have this many provisions. So please try to get these things, and please try to see this video again and again, guys. Okay, so in next session I am going to start the amendment of the constitution, that is basic part. So thank you, guys. Thank you one and all.